Hello there, I'm DJ. Today I'm going to be playing some Dwarf Fortress. Let's go ahead. Dwarven Outpost, you have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Zon Furat. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings, ere the saltwater crocodiles get hungry. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place. Thol Est Solon. CycloneFlag. Strike the earth. Okay, here's my party of my 7 dwarves and my batch of animals and my broken down wagon with the wheel broken off there. Looks like I have some sand available. I should have a stream down here, pretty wide stream. I'll probably have to solve a bridge or a channel or something underneath it, because if I have anybody show up on this side, they'll have a hard time getting over to my encampment. So let's go ahead. First off, I'm gonna do a pin, get my animals taken care of. Okay, then I want to put down stockpile for wood. Gather that from everywhere. I want to go ahead. I'm going to grab some of these. These are all feather trees, so it's one of the lightest woods that you can collect. Hazel tree, walnut tree. Seeing if there's any bushes or anything that I want to grab right now. Let's look at our party a little bit. Looks like Lorban is our expedition leader. Aiden is set as a fisher dwarf. Let's go and take care of that right now. I'm going to turn off fishing right now. And I need a second miner. Kavish is my main miner right now and is proficient mining. Nobody else has any mining skills. But I think I'm going to make Tossid my other miner for right now. They're also my mason. Okay, and I also need some administrators. So let's go ahead and assign a manager and a chief medical dwarf. Let's do Lorban, the expedition leader, also again. We'll go in and look at these dwarves here shortly, but I just want to get them underground and safe. Let's go ahead and while Zazit does have proficient record keeping, I'm going to go ahead and just make Lorban the one-stop shop for all of my needs right now. Gonna go ahead and start digging down. Let's go ahead and dig down right here. Go down a level. Dig down again. I'm pretty sure there is an aquifer on this map at some point. Not sure where it is. I haven't played this one before. Keep on going down. I'm going to make this long hallway entranceway into my fort. Let's see if we hit any rocks. Doing this long tunnel. Okay, I'm gonna unpause. Everybody's gonna collect the animals, put them in a safe spot. The animals can start eating the grass here. I'm gonna start cutting down trees. Everybody's gonna run over and start collecting the wood. I was gonna say I only got one miner working, but here we have the two. They dig through this loam and soft soil so quickly, so it looks like I need to dig a little deeper to get some stone. I'm gonna go ahead on this next level. I'm gonna go ahead and turn Start heading this way. We hit stone yet? Hey! We're gonna get some stone. What do we have? Limonite. Yay! Siltstone. See, they really slowed down in their mining now that I'm going through snow versus the hard versus the soft material I was in before. We are getting some stone here. All siltstone. Let's go down one more layer underground. And then we'll build a storeroom. Let's go ahead and let's do a T-junction at the end of this passageway. And let's build a storeroom. Something 9 by 9. Let's also some offices going. What I did is I set my priority to 5, so they're going to finish all the 4s before they move on to mining over here on the 5s, because I want this storeroom area cleared out first. I also need a work area to start processing some of this stone into usable material. So let's go ahead and build out a small work area. I'm going to just try and get set up with a basic fortress so that later they can do some design and get something cooler looking. But for right now, I just want operational. This is just a general starter work platform because I'm going to need at least 5 different workstations right away for some different needs. I'm going to have some office space here for my manager and my bookkeeper. I guess I don't really need them separate offices right now. I usually do have a separate bookkeeper, but since right now I'm just doing a single person the catch-all. Go ahead and get another stockpile going here. Now I'm going to say, give me everything except for corpses, refuse, stone, and wood. We should start seeing the other dwarves start running down here from the cart and putting stuff into this stockpile here. Here we go. Okay, they are unloading the cart now. If I go back up to the cart, we'll see them run and grab some. So they're gonna unload all of my stuff off this cart here. We'll go ahead and set a hotkey so we can come back and forth. This allows me to do an F1 is back up at the cart. F2 will take me back down to my storeroom. One of the things I've learned over time is to not give your dwarves too much work. They need relaxation time. They need time to spend together. Let's go ahead and just put a meeting area right here. So we'll have a little hallway meeting area so that when everybody's done moving all this material, they can just hang out, not be in the rain, not be outside. We can also set up another little pin pasture right here in the entranceway. Sign my dogs. Since I've also moved food down here, I'm going to do one more pin pet pasture down here. We'll just set it like this for right now, and we'll bring the cats down too. Cats will take care of any animals that come and try and eat my food. We'll just finish that off. Go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so that they can run around freely. Okay, so since they mined all the 4s, they're over here in the 5s now. Helenite. Making clay. I haven't really got clay. I think on one fortress a while back I got some clay working alright. But I tend to make everything out of stone and don't end up making pots. So if I check here, felt fond remembering talking with a friend. So as they're standing in this meeting area and walking over and grabbing food, they're also chatting with each other, building relationships. And that really contributes to the happiness. I have my happiness scale up here. I have one dwarf that's really happy. That's probably my expedition leader. We can take a look and see who is the happiest. Hey, no, it's not the expedition leader. It is my planter. We should probably get them planting some food, get them even happier. But we'll hold for a second here. I'm gonna just lay down some future, a table, a chair, and a door. I'm gonna go ahead and declare this as an office space. And I am gonna assign my expedition leader to this office space, and they're going running in. They don't have a chair to sit at yet, but they have the idea of a chair and table. But now I have some accurate counts up here because they are acting as my bookkeeper, and that it will also allow me to do some work orders since they're the manager as well. Getting a lot more clay with this kaolinite. I was hoping for better rocks, and more rocks, but we'll go ahead and get started with a stoneworkers workshop. I have my global settings by default to turn boulders off initially. Always stops my first building from happening. And then once that building has been built, we will switch that over and only build things out of blocks. Everybody's just sleeping on the floor here. This room is completely full, which might mean that there's still some stuff on the wagon. Yep. So I need some bins so we can start consolidating this stuff. Here we go. Someone bringing over a boulder. Looks like they grabbed a piece of this marcasite. Okay, so let's go ahead and build some blocks. every boulder can give us 4 blocks. So it's much more efficient to be building everything out of blocks. And also blocks are a lot lighter. When Tossid was bringing that boulder over here to build my stoneworker shop, so you can see how slow, this is Ural, how slow Ural is walking with a boulder in their hand. So let's go ahead and set up a new workshop, and in this one we're going to do a carpenter station. Let's go back and turn off the boulders. So this one will wait for a block to be built. Let's also do a mechanic and a crafter. And we have some gems floating around now, so let's also do a jeweler station. Okay, so some of these blocks were made, so now we're building up the other workstations. Notice the color. I do like the marcasite. Hopefully I can find some more of that and build some more workstations that are brighter color than these workstations, because this is just siltstone. A little boring, but okay. I said I needed some bins, so let's go make some bins. I'm just manually kicking off these orders right now, but later we will swap over and we'll just start doing work order commands. Looks like our goose grew up from a baby. Just give us some notifications. Started raining, weather's cleared. Okay. Let's take a look here. I set up and I saved some laborers previously, so only selected people. I'm going to have the expedition leader also cut gems. It's a fairly safe job. Let's do a work order for the gems. I do have this pre-loaded work order for milking some animals. That is, I think that's DF Hack helping me manage my animals. So let's go ahead and cut gems. Let's cut 2 gems. And let's do, if I have more than 2 cut gems. Yeah. I don't like that work order a whole lot just because it doesn't leave me any raw gems. What we should also do is, so Ural, the woodworker, just ran all the way upstairs, grabbed a single log, ran back downstairs, and they're going to build a bin. And so the next one that they're going to want to build, they're going to run all the way upstairs, up here, grab a log, run all the way back down. So let's make another stockpile down here. All this kaolinite in the way. Let's just deal with some, let's just do a little cleanup right here in front. And let's put a zone. And we want a garbage dump. We'll just put it right here. I just want people to come grab this kaolinite, move it out of my way, and then I'll make a wood pile right here for my carpenter, so the carpenter's not having to run back and forth. So we're going to make another stockpile right here. This is wood. I don't want them to gather from everywhere. I want them to gather from this wood pile. So here I'm starting to create the train of automation. So my dwarves will start coming running up here, grabbing this wood, taking it down to that, here we go, taking it down to that second stockpile down here. If I come back down, and they should run back in here and drop off some wood, grab some wood, started working. So now I have this back and forth from this pile to load up wood for my carpenter station as needed. We have a bin made over here. We should also start seeing the dwarves are kind of busy moving wood. What happens also is they will go and they'll grab chopped wood and load it into this first stockpile. So it's basically creating a chain of grab wood that's on the ground, bring it over to the first stockpile. First stockpile loads up the second stockpile. The second stockpile is right next to my woodworker station. We will set that up for most of our work orders, most work that we'll do. We'll go ahead and get rid of... Now, we'll just leave the garbage there for right now. Okay, so right now we have the expedition leader has collected a gem, and they are actually processing gems. We have some cleanup that has happened here. They've started putting stuff into crates. You can see the crate here now is filled with siltstone blocks. They go back upstairs. There's still a warhammer. We have space for that warhammer that's been identified to come and be picked up. Hey, our wagon, our broken down wagon is now empty. So let's go ahead and destroy that wagon. We should have a dwarf come here and destroy the wagon. Our rabbit grew up and is now an adult rabbit. Left some wood on the ground, so that wagon was made out of cherry wood, so now I have some cherry wood on the ground. What I want to do is I want to get some enclosure around both my animals and also my entryway in. I do have some blocks. Let's go ahead and make a work order for just a constant building of blocks. So rock blocks. I want to make 2 rock blocks. So that's 2 boulders. So that's going to make, you're going to go grab a boulder, make 4 rock blocks. Grab a boulder, make 4 rock blocks. When my on-hand rock blocks is less than 4. So I should always have a stockpile of rock blocks as long as I have boulders to make rock blocks out of. So what we need to do is we need to get these miners working to mine out some more area. We need a tavern. We need a dining area. We need a hospital. We need a well. We could also use a guild for the hospital. What I like doing is setting that up early so that everybody starts learning some medical skills. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's set up a hospital right here. Hospitals need beds. So I'm setting up a row of beds here, little rooms that I can put beds in. Hospital needs doors on it, so I'm not doing a full open. I'm going to do 2 doors here. I'm going to carve out my hospital. I'm going to put my well directly underneath the hospital so they have easy access to water. And I do notice this is more tetrahedrite, which I can't really... Okay, this is good. I'm getting some stone. I don't want to run out of stone by doing the rock box. So let's go and close in our animals and our entryway. So we're going to go ahead and do a construction, and we're going to build a wall. We will go ahead and wall in back here like this. I have enough rock blocks to put in this much of the wall, and then these are on order. But once these gets placed, they will hit that work order, and then they'll go make some more blocks. We'll also want to do something like this. Then I kind of want to capture my wood. Let's leave a gap right there. Something like that. Okay. So I'm on a cycle right now where I've placed the orders. They'll go ahead and they'll bring up blocks and they'll make walls. This is because you'll see a color difference in these blocks because they're grabbing some markets. I don't have a set stone right now. I haven't really identified what stone would be the stone of choice for color for all my walls and stuff, but I can tear down these marcasite walls later. Okay, so we basically have a hospital made basic structure of a hospital. The hospital needs beds. I want some doors. I need a chest. I need to hold my thread and my bandages. I need a table to do surgery on if we need to. Now, this is all just me setting up things for in the future. I'll build these things and bring them here. I just like laying this out so that I have a good idea. Put down a traction table. If someone breaks a leg and I need to do a cast or something like that, you need to put them on a traction table. Let's this wall back here is rock as well, so let's go ahead and put our hospital guild back in here so that people can start having those types of discussions. And let's also, off of the guild, we'll do a stairway down 4 levels. We're going to do a pretty big well so that we feel a lot more secure in our water supply. So let's put our well under our hospital. Now I want to mine out this big open area. So I actually want to change this to a mine dig down instead of this. This is just straight mining. That'll leave floors between these. So I'm going to change these all to a dig down, and I am going to change them all to 7s. Okay, so here I'm at the bottom one, and I'm going to go back to my 5s, and I want to come off this stairwell, and I just want access to the room. And we want that on every level. There we go. So as I'm coming up and down levels, I can see I have access to each one of these levels. Now I am going to set my priority for each one of these levels. I'm going to, so here I'm at the bottom, so that's going to be 7s. So that's going to be dug last. So my 6s are going to be dug next. My 5s will be dug. And my 4s. Let's go ahead and set all these to 4s as well, including the stairwell. Okay. So now they can get to the guild. Here's my guild room. This room doesn't have to be shoveled down. Good thing I caught that, otherwise I'd have a deep guild room. They'll be able to come down here, and come down the stairs. I'll start digging out this well. What we also need to do is we need to, one level below our hospital. What I like to do is I'm paused right now, so nothing's happening, no risks are being taken. I'm just kind of setting up some mining, and they'll come over and do it and take care of it once I get set up. I need to connect this well into the river. So here's where my well is going to be, is right here. This will be the top of the water, and the water will be 4 deep. Here's where my water is going to come in. I do need access point so that I can dig this out. Now I am going to start digging a... Let's see how far that water is away from me. Okay. So I'm going to do a spiral up for just the water to pour down. So let's do our spiral right here. And we need to do the spiral out a little bit more. So when I come up, let's do it right here. This will be our spiral. Go back down 1. This one's a dig up, so okay, up on our map we just saw water, so this is where we're gonna start cutting over to our water. I'm 1 away from the water. Now, one thing I also need to do is where I want my water, I need to... We're getting water from up high and we're bringing it down low. So the water pressure is going to be madness. And it will flood my entire fortress. So I need to do a break in the water pressure. So I am... Go ahead. Do this. So the water's going to come around here, come up. Okay, so right here, the water needs to squeeze through this little bit. This is at the same level as where my top of my well is going to be. So that will relieve the water pressure to this level so that when this pool fills up, it will fill up right to the bottom of my hospital. Okay. Okay, we will let them start digging that out. We'll probably hit an aquifer or something, and we'll have to change our plans. What we'll also need to do is there's going to be some boulders here that we will need to... I don't want to leave them at the bottom of the well. I'd like to recover those boulders and use them. So let's go ahead and deal with collecting rocks. We want to stockpile right here so that we can bring our rocks close to where we're processing. What we're going to do is we're going to set up what's called a quantum stockpile. Right now you notice how these rocks are sitting next to each other. So I have a rock here, and I have a rock here. Now, if I use my wood pile, I have one log, and so this is a 3x3, so this can hold 9 logs for me. What a quantum stockpile does is it allows me to start putting everything into one square. and start stacking them on top of each other. You can kind of see it here where I have a barrel and I have a bin in the same square. So this is a mini quantum stockpile. They just happen to be stacked on top of each other. So in order to do that, I'm going to set a stockpile right here. And then I am going to edit that stockpile a little bit. I want my quantum stockpile right here in the middle so that I can bring stone over here to my crafting station and to my stoneworker. So I'm going to clear out these two spots. I'm going to set this to be stone, and I'm going to set it to be other stone. And that's all I'm going to collect in here. I don't want to collect the kaolinite here. I don't want to collect the clay. Economic stone, we'll deal with it later. And metal ores. So like that limonite we saw earlier, it's a metal ore. I also want more wheelbarrows. The stones are heavy, and the wheelbarrows allow movement of the stones much faster. I only have one wheelbarrow, so I do want to go ahead and have a couple more wheelbarrows made. So I have that one. I've added 3, so now I have on order 3 wheelbarrows. I also, for my quantum stockpile, I want a minecart. I'm going to make a wooden minecart. I'm going to build a track stop. You can build train tracks, and track stops have a nice thing where if I have a train track and then I have a track stop, I can dump things off my minecart that has come down that track, gets to the track stop, and I can decide where I want to dump things from. So I am going to dump to the north because I'm going to put my track stop right here. And then I'm going to create another stockpile right there. Now this is my quantum stockpile. I'm going to say stone, and I want just other stone. So this is just rock to be made into blocks, tables, chairs, all of that stuff. I don't want a wheelbarrow here because nobody's going to be grabbing rocks and boulders and bringing them to this stockpile. This stockpile is only going to be fed by the minecart that's at this track stop. So somebody will grab a rock and come over and build a track stop right here. Just making sure nothing scary's happened. We are in late spring, early summer. We're going to have to solve for getting something to trade for when the merchants arrive. We have some gems that we've been cutting, but it doesn't look like we have very many. Let's go look. Here's our gem bin. We don't have a lot of gems. We do have some roughs, which is good in case somebody needs them. We only have 6 gems here. We don't have a lot of value going on. We will hold on that thought and see. One thing we can do is I noticed there's some gems in this wall right here. So let's grab those real quick. I'm going to prioritize a 3 here. We'll build a replacement wall for that later. But we'll just have them mine out those gems right there so that we can cut those. Those are good quality rough tourmalines too, so that'll be good. Let's build construction wall. Do a replacement wall right here with some blocks. Let's go look how the wall is coming in up here. It's going slow, but it'll get there. Perfect example of I'm probably overcommitting and doing too much stuff. And that doesn't allow for your dwarves relaxation time or anything like that. They're going to need some beds. There's a tourmaline over here in the wall here too, so I can mine that out as well. I'm going to prioritize this one because all those block walls upstairs, this needs a block to be made for this track stop. So I'm going to say the next block that gets made comes here and makes the track stop. They just made a block. Someone's going to grab it, come here and make the track stop for me. They're still working on blocks for upstairs. Here we go. We have a track stop now. I have a mine cart sitting in my storage. So let's go ahead and set up this quantum stockpile now. I'm going to add a new route. I'm going to pick this track stop. I'm going to assign my one mine cart that I have. I'm going to say stone. All of the making stone. These are rules for if I have a track and I want to push the cart or move a cart. These are rules that allow me to move a cart. I am going to clear those out. All that minecart is going to do is going to sit right here. People are going to load rock into it, and it's going to dump here. So we will see that in action. They're all busy building walls up. If we look up here, we have a good amount of walls in right now. We also need, while we're here, we can throw a stockpile, just a small one, something like that. And we want our trash and any corpses. We'll just throw them in this corner right here. We also might as well throw in a trade depot, because the traders are going to come. He was sleeping outside on the ground right here. He's sleeping. Just in the wood stockpile, taking a nap outside. Taking a real quick look at my food and my drink. We are still okay. Getting this well mined out. Okay, so some of these rocks on the ground. This is magnetite and gypsum. We'll use the magnetite later to make some iron. And the gypsum we can use for plaster for the cast if anybody breaks a leg or an arm or something like that. Looks like we have found some gemstones. So these, like this jet, this will be picked up and put into our quantum stockpile. But since our quantum stockpile is not looking for the gypsum, that's not going to be collected, and I don't want that to be at the base of our well either. So we'll have to do some hauling at the end here when we're doing our cleanup of our well. So you'll see these creature occupying site, and an animal was standing, or a person was sleeping or standing when they were trying to build the wall. I almost have my wall done. That's going to be handy dandy because it's keeping my dwarves busy right now, and now they can focus on other things. They need to build this trading post. I also, just for security, I need a It's funny how you play this game forever, you know where everything is, and you immediately lose sight of something like a bridge. Let's turn it around so it's facing the outside. Our mason, what happened to our mason? He's fighting. Mason's right upper leg takes the full force. Mason stands up. Where did this happen? Okay, so there was some sort of collapse down here and somebody tripped and stumbled. And are they hurt? Let's go look. Recover slowly. Oh no! No evaluated wounds. Let's go and actually make a hospital. So that we can get those evaluated wounds. Let's zone this area as a hospital. Let's build a rock coffer. And let's go ahead and make 2 beds. Just a workplace accident. Okay, so now we have this well dug out. We have a lot of rocks down here at the bottom of the well. We want to clean that up. Okay, we got our first migrants. So it is midsummer. You get migrants on a yearly basis. Let's see who we got. We got a new arrival. They are a high master mason, cheesemaker, novice dissector, novice fish cleaner, novice bower, Obak. Just the clothes on their back. Let's see, did we get anybody else? Looks like Obak might have brought a calf, reindeer calf. And also brought a buffalo calf. Then we got Solon is also joining us. Solon's a weaver, which is good because that will help us with our clothing in the future. Anybody else? Yes, we got Os, an armorer, talented armorsmith. Sweet. Once we start making metal and weapons and stuff, that will be awesome. Sakul, Sakzul, stoneworker, competent engraver, lovely. We will definitely 100% use Sakzul's engraving skills. Engravings make the dwarves happier. Ah, sweet, we got an alpaca. We can start getting some wool off the alpaca. We got a goat kid. Wow, this is a large migrant group. Usually, a lot of times I only get like 2 migrants on my first batch, but I'm going from 7 to 12. So, proficient diagnostician. We found a new chief medical dwarf. Let's go back down to our hospital. Go ahead and assign a doctor. Efficient diagnostician. Looks like we got a novice bone. Saxul's the bone doctor as well. Sweet. Here are all the woodworkers taking delivering a bed. I thought he was taking a nap in the bed. I got 2 more. It was at 12 a minute ago. And so there are 2 more dwarves. Who's this? This is Saksul. We'll just hang out here for a moment, see who else we got. This is our chief medical dwarf showing up. We got Kogan, a bone carver. I don't get into bone carving much. We got a presser, can be okay. But probably our bone carver and our presser might turn into our military. Let's go ahead and assign all of our roaming new fresh animals To this pasture here. Let's go ahead and adjust the pasture so it's not over the top of our trade depot. Let's go ahead and give it some bigger size. Then let's also put that back, give us some room. Remember back here on the work orders, we saw milk animal. We have 2 animals that need milking. We don't have a workstation to do that, so let's build a workshop farming, and we want a farmer. It will start milking the animals, and then we can start doing some cheese from that milk and help our food production. Our drinks are at 26, so we also didn't start a farm. Let's do that as well. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to dig back up from here. Let's set this back to 4s. Probably want another office space there. Just planning some things out so that I have a gap. I'm gonna dig up. Yeah, that's fine. Dig up. Go up a level. Get this hallway going here. Something like that. And we will, let's see, we're digging up. We're going to dig up again. This should take us to some loam. We also have our well water. We want this water, we want to control the water. So we want a floodgate. So let's build a fluid, and we want a floodgate. Put a floodgate right there. Let's go order a floodgate. We only want one of them. We want some levers, so we need some rock mechanisms. So we want to control that floodgate. So let's always have 4 rock mechanisms on hand. If rock mechanisms gets less than 2. We can also, people are just hanging out in the hospital right now. So let's go ahead and make this a meeting area, and we will declare this one a new guild hall, and we will say that this is a doctor's guild. Now they're going to hang out in the doctor's guild and talk about how to stitch people up, and people will learn from that. So I need to set up some automation right now for, let's start taking care of our doors. I laid out some doors earlier, but I want to actually put in a work order for doors. I'm going to make 2 doors all the time and have 2 doors on hand. I want rock tables. I want at least 2 tables on hand, and I want rock tables if they get less than 2, make some more. And I need some rock thrones for chairs for people to sit in. One thing that we can also take a look at is some of these happier dwarves. If we look at what is annoying them. Annoyed when caught in the rain. she has a new romance, so maybe we'll get a relationship and a wedding and some baby dwarves out of this one. This is Lorban, our expedition leader, has fallen for somebody. Here we go. Is annoyed after drinking without using a goblet, cup, or mug. So they're just running over to the barrel of drink here, and they're just sticking their head in and drinking out of it. So we need some rock mugs. For every boulder, I think we get 3 rock mugs, so let's just do that. Let's go down here and clean up this. So I'm going to mark all of these for trash. One thing I notice here while we're here, we have some amethyst and some rock crystal, which we could be using. So let's set this to auto. Mine that out so that we can use that. Got some gems, have some more stuff to trade when the traders arrive. There's one there too. We will grab this rock here, this one here, that one there. Okay. Let them do their thing. We have some beds made now. Floodgate is next in line to be made. So if I check this crate here, I have the cloths, I have some crutches, I have some thread for if anybody gets hurt. We should go and check on our mason. We have 2 masons now. Tossid was our miner, or is our miner. Let's look at their health, wounds, treatments, history. Do we have any wounds? He's a short and just incredibly fat. He has a narrow chin. His teeth are gapped. His hair is straight. Wow, sounds pretty sexy to me. His very long beard is neatly combed. His long sideburns are neatly combed. Well, at least he's combing his sideburns and beard. His very long mustache is neatly combed. His long hair is tied in a ponytail. His head is somewhat short. His ears are somewhat narrow. His hair is copper. His skin is pink. His eyes are brass. His eyes are slightly protruding. His nose is somewhat broad. Okay, the floodgate has been made. Being brought here. What we want to do also is we want to build a lever that we're going to hook to that floodgate if they have some mechanisms done. There's the first mechanism showing up. So we'll go ahead and just put a lever here in our manager's office. And we'll hook that up to the floodgate once the floodgate is set up. Okay, it looks like our room has been emptied out. Ooh, we want to grab these too. We want all these juicy rocks. Okay, that should be all the rocks. We don't want to lose a bunch of rocks to the well and water. We can start building. We want to block in our well. So we can start building, locking this in. Everybody's been busy collecting rocks. We can also... We dig out those gems. Yep, we're digging them out right now and we're collecting them. Good. Good. Let's put a wall in here. These little gaps here, it's perfectly fine. Ah, we have trapped somebody. That's lovely. So let's go ahead and knock out this wall here so that they can get out of the well hole. And we can go collect these gems. Sweet. He came down here and he fell asleep on the floor down at the bottom of the well. You gotta watch them. They will go and fall asleep at the wrong place, wrong time, and just kill themselves. So. Anybody else gonna come running into the well before I wall it off? Okay. It was just a mad dash down here with the cat. Okay, so now my well is walled off here. We want to attach this lever to that floodgate. Being linked right now. The dwarf running back from linking this. So now if I set the next thing to do is pull the lever, come back up here, we can see our floodgate's now open because they pulled the lever. Excellent. So I think, just checking, make sure we have our water comes down. We have the brake so that we lose the pressure. We can go ahead and we can build a wall right here. Let's build a workshop farming. I was just noticing my drink is at 11 right now, so I want a still. We'll make some food, or we'll make some drink. I'm gonna unlock all these rocks that are here at the trash pile so they can be used. So my quantum stockpile is not working right now. So let's look at why not. We have a track stop. We have a minecart. That minecart is supposed to collect all other stone. Ah, here we go. So here I need to decide where this minecart, where the stone's coming from. So it's going to come from this stockpile here. Now this is going to create a lot of work for the dwarves. So now someone's going to come along, grab a rock, put it into the wheel, into the minecart that will be dumped. And we'll slowly start right here where this stone is. We'll start seeing a pile. Okay, so they're starting to load. Ah, we're getting a pile of siltstone here. So the quantum stockpile is starting to work. Everybody's mad, running around, grabbing the stone that's out in the world. They're using the wheelbarrows effectively and speedily. We still have people hanging out and talking about things. We got the still, so let's go ahead and make some. And we do need to get that garden going. So let's do that. That's it. Auto. We want all. Let's do a 5x5 and another 5x5. This will go pretty quick because it's in soft loam, but they're probably all busy collecting rocks. So I'm gonna lock them into, all they do is mine now. That's it. And they're starting mining. Good. Gonna run out of drinks. Okay, drinks is increasing. Let's go ahead and start the farming. Farm plot. I like making some rows. Have some different stuff in each row. This is more farm than we have seed for, but oh well, we will have a lot more seed in the future. Everybody's going to come and they're basically plowing the field and getting it ready to start planting seeds. You can take time and you can put some water down and some mud and get this a little bit more efficient. I am just kind of getting it started right now. So I am going to skip the preparing this. They're still going to plant the seeds. I will still get food later. I can... One of the things is there's always a lot of food. I'm getting kind of low on food right now, so that's why I am like, let's plant. We should probably start fishing. We can also look up here, and we do see some of the trees see these little dots here. It's all bayberries, which isn't a great source of food. We can also do some gathering, and gather whatever we can. Out here, there's some radishes. Radish. Let's just gather like that and see what we get. Leeks, radishes, chicory, radish, leeks. We can also look and check on who does go out and gather. Everybody does this. Do we have anybody skilled in it? Nope. That's fine. Let's get our presser and our bone carver out gathering. We can also unlock our miners so that they can just help with general stuff as well. We did put down this bridge, but we didn't assign a lever to it, so we can't close this. So we are still unsecure. Let's go fix that. Let's go put another lever in. Go grab a mechanism. Somebody. Anybody. Maybe. Hey. Okay, we got a lever. We're going to link that lever. We're going to link it to this gate here. Things are starting to fall off the trees. Nice. Feather tree eggs. I don't remember if feather tree eggs are edible. I do see some sunberries up here though. Just noticed that. Let's grab those. Since we are in a magical area, sunberries grow near water. Let's grab that one. Let's grab these. Sunberries make a very delightful drink that our dwarves love drinking, and it actually gives them a happy thought to drink. So it's a good one to collect and get into farming. What we'll also should look at is what people are eating, because we don't want certain seeds to be eaten. So right now, these ones are being blocked. This is part of DF hack in order to save our plump helmets. Right when I loaded, we are blocking the seeds for plump helmets so I can keep on planting the plump helmets spawn. plum helmets, if they get cooked, you can't use the spawn. If they get eaten raw, plum helmet, then it creates spawn. So these can all be planted. We also have some sweet pod seeds. Once they collect the sunberries, we'll want to come in and we'll want to make sure that they're also not destroying or eating the seeds. We also should probably do a zone, just some gather fruits, and start gathering some of these fruits off the ground, fruits and nuts and stuff. I have it set up right now so that's going to save on the changing of the seasons. So we are changing over to autumn, which means our traders are going to show up here really soon for our first trade. I always notice that right when I'm sending out my gatherers is right when the first trade caravan shows up. Hopefully it doesn't show up on the other side of the river. That would be tragic. We should also start the water flowing into our well. We're going to do that by just cutting a gap in the ground right here. Just like that. Miner's going to come out. We can watch this water flow for a moment. We'll probably get an alert that the traders have arrived here in a second. Autumn has come. Our reindeer has grown up to be a cow. We know we're milking animals, so we know we probably have some cheese on hand unless people have eaten it. So let's make cheese rule. And if we have a unrotten milk item equal to, let's change this to, nope, 1, change this to exactly 1. Greater than 1. We will make a cheese. Here we go. We cut into the river. Here is our water flowing down. That water is under some good pressure. It's going fast. Coming down our spiral. It hits the breaker. We got everything walled in, right? Okay, it's going a lot slower because we relieved the pressure, which is good. Gonna start filling up our well. We can go ahead and cut a hole right there and build fluids. We want a well. Let's put a well in there. Our drink count's a good level. Our food is increasing as they're collecting food. The traders will also be here very shortly, and we can buy some food. Everybody's just hanging out in the guild. Somebody's unhappy. Why are we unhappy? Caught in the rain. Who is this? This is our mason. Bitter after getting into argument. Making a friend. Intellectual discussion. What are we doing right now? We're hauling a mug. Annoyed at sleeping in the dirt. So we can fix the dirt one. We can set up they want to acquire an object. They want to drink alcohol. They want to eat a good meal. They want to fight. They want to be extravagant, and they want to help somebody. So we can fix some of that. We haven't even started on some bedrooms. So let's start that. I have this work area here, and the dwarves are going to be working in this area. What I like is to have my dwarves' bedrooms be far away from the work area so that they're not listening to the workers banging on things. I just noticed some gemstones in the wall here, so I'm going to cut these gemstones out real quick so that we can make some more cut gems. Construction wall. We'll replace that wall in here. just a note of why I put these workstations in their own little rooms is so I can throw a door on here. Later on, the dwarves will get into moods where they want to build something, and if I happen to not have the materials for them to build out of, they will go insane, and an insane dwarf will hurt other dwarves. So let's make sure that if that happens, we can lock the door. We're getting some fluffy wamblers. They're just a pest. They're attracted to our food. And so they're just hanging out in the hallway here. I'm not sure why. Okay, my cat has killed a fluffy wambler. I'd like some more cats to kill some more of these fluffy wamblers. So, we also probably should train our dogs to be either guard dogs or hunting dogs. Okay, we're clearing out the area. This is definitely helping our food stock. So let's go back. And now we have some more stuff showing up. We have some sweet pots. I hope we didn't eat all of our sun. Have we even gathered our sunberries? Maybe they're just starting to gather sunberries. Okay. Although it is a grim reminder of the winter hardship to come, the supply caravan from the Helms of Virginity is a welcome sight. Their eyes are alight with the anticipation of inspecting the splendid products of your industrious craft dwarves. Take careful stock of your own stores. What these merchants offer very well might be the difference between a prosperous future and a slow and meaningless death. We're not going to be able to afford much right now. That's the first trade. Here's that fluffy wambler corpse was brought up to my refuse pile. Okay, here is the outpost liaison come to talk to us about what we are going to trade. We're going to set up a deal with them for next season. They just want to meet our expedition leader. Outpost liaison has arrived. Ah, good. Here we go. Traders have arrived. They are unloading their goods. We are going to want to move some trade goods. I want our gem bin. I just want to see, I think we only have one gem bin right now. We will move that. That person, one of our people was unhappy and joined the farmers, so we will definitely have to fix that. Something odd is going on. Maybe when I did my trade goods, I picked too much stuff. Yes, I did. I don't want to sell our sunberries. I just wanted the gem bin. That's all I want. Well, let's go see. I'm your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. It's much to share. They're giving us some information about the world. I want some seeds. I definitely want some pump helmet and some pigtail seeds. You can definitely go overboard and order more than you can use. So let's go ahead and leave it at that for right now. I'm going to just be a little cautious, order some seeds. It's sometimes good to order some animals, especially if you're going to be trying to build a industry for your clothes makers. You'll want llamas and alpacas. we did get that one alpaca last time. It would be good if we had a breeding pair. But we'll just play it as it is. Get some seeds. They do mark up the price for anything you ask for. I've requested the broker to come up here. Hey, here's... And we're ready to trade. So let's go and take a look at what they brought this time. They brought some pig iron bars, which is very handy for making steel later. I'm not at that stage yet. It would be good to probably have some glass on hand in case somebody gets into a mood, needs some glass. They did bring a water buffalo bull, kind of expensive. They brought some rum. Definitely use some rum. Brought some weapons. Brought some picks. We'll make some more picks for ourselves. Steel breastplates, really expensive. Brought some clothes. We don't need clothes right now yet. What we really is needing is probably this plump helmet spawn. Give us some more seeds. We do want some cloth on hand. So we'll grab some of this wool cloth. They always bring lots of bins of cloth. Don't need any bolts for defense yet. Yet is operative. Be good to buy some meat. I'm going to just buy the cheap meat right now. We'll get some cave lobsters, as we call them, crawdaddies. And we'll grab all their plump helmets. Plump helmets are nice because we both make food and booze out of plump helmets. So that's lovely. Where are we at right now? 590. We have some good stones here, so we can get some more ingredients for food. That one dwarf was complaining about not having the food. So I'm gonna go over to DF Hacks Trade for what we want to trade with them. Go to Fort Goods. I'm gonna trade some of these cheap gemstones first. Save these expensive ones for later. And I'm gonna go ahead and say trade. Ah, wonderful. Thank you for your business. So we have done a trade. And we've bought some food and some cloth. All of our trade goods are over here on this side. We'll have our traders, our dwarves come. No trader needed. Dwarves are going to come and start unloading stuff now. And then we need to solve for why did our farmer join the traders? Our fort is not exciting. We don't have a tavern. We don't have a dining room. We don't have a kitchen. We don't have relaxation spots, really, for our dwarves. We don't have bedrooms. They don't have beds to sleep in. We don't have the basics of happy dwarf lifestyle right now. But we will solve that. I'm going to go ahead and close down today. I'm going to go ahead and save this one. Let's do a save and return to title menu. We're going to save to this timeline. And we will come back and join CycloneFlag, and we will try and fix some of those problems that we had before. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time.